All right, since we love a good top five list here and in the mix, we're gonna give you something a little different. We've talked about it briefly, random episodes, but we're gonna give you our top five Canadian NBA players ranking wise, right? Now we have the same 5, 4, 3, and we disagree on our top two. Why don't you tell them who our number five is and why we got
So
him?
at number 5, we both had RG Barrett from New York Knicks.
Why is
Makes
why is
sense.
why is he not higher?
He hasn't lived up to what people have thought. His points are at what, about 13 a
14, yeah,
game,
and he's
14
shooting
a game.
his shooting percentage isn't great. It's only like 42, I believe.
He's not making the biggest difference for the team as much as I thought he would.
He
But
got
he
he got
just
off to a great start and then really sucked for 2 months and then started to kind of figure it out before the pause. I'd say in the last 2, 3 weeks, he had more games where he was, scoring 20 points a night, shooting
yeah.
better than 40%. But there's still too many of those games in between where we'd have 13, 14 points on 39% shooting.
But
It's also a
they
struggle for him. Like
yeah.
we just talked about Jean Morant. At least he's got some decent players in Memphis with him, right?
Yeah.
Barrett, the best player he plays with is Julius Randle. It's not very good,
I know,
right?
but that's not his fault.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's low. He's in the worst situation of the
That's
guys
what
in our top five.
I was surprised a lot of guys, so many guys wanted to go to New York. But when I look at it, I'm like, New York just feels like a bad destination to go to.
No, nobody
There's too
wants to
many
go there
things
anymore. That's why KD and Kyrie pulled the biggest coup in sports history and went across the street to Brooklyn.
across the street. Good. But okay, we'll move on. Our number 4, we both had Dylan Brooks from the
Dylan
Memphis
Brooks. I
Grizzlies.
really like this kid. I've been big on him since he was playing in Oregon. Watched every single game he played in that March Madness tournament. He's come a long way, man. He just secured the bag this season too, right?
Yeah,
And this season playing alongside a guy like Jean Morant has really helped him.
who's
Somebody to
who's been
get
able
him
to
the
make him a
ball.
lot better. And
Yeah, I
you're
will
you're
say
starting
that.
to you're starting to hear Dylan Brooks' name come out there a lot more now.
Yeah, you know what? He's a viable scoring option at this point in his career,
Oh yeah,
right? Like
that,
he's averaging 15.7 on 40% shooting, 37% from three. I think that 3-point stroke is going to get better. The field goal percentage is going to get better. He's only
yeah.
in his, I think, fourth season. He's taking steps. I don't know if he's ever going to get to that all-star level, but I think he's going to be a guy who can consistently give you 17, 18 a night,
Oh, definitely. He's
right?
already almost. He's already almost there.
Yeah, he's at 15. I think he's going to be, a good second option on pretty much any NBA team. And he's a good defender, too.
I know. And hey, if they do resume the season this year, he has a chance to play in the playoffs. It's just gonna make him a lot better.
Yeah, he can make some noise there, too.
All right. So at number 3,
Number three.
we had new addition to the Golden State Warriors, Andrew Wiggins.
Now, this one was hard for
He,
me to put him second or third, but why do you have him in three?
I am okay. So offensively, we've seen this year he took a big step up. He's averaging what, 25 points, I think,
No, what do you? Oh, before he went over,
before he
yeah.
came to Golden
Well,
State.
he started really well, and
Yeah.
then kind of fell off. But I think for the season with Minnesota, he was averaging 23 something.
My issue with him is not putting him above 3, is the impact he's had on on the teams that he's played for so far. To me, he's underperformed, especially when he was playing over at Minnesota. You know, that team had such high expectations, especially with all the rookies they had. And I know you also want to say we can't just blame him; we got to blame Cat too. But he was also in the situation. The guys that we have at number 1 and 2 made best of their situations. I just feel he didn't.
Yeah, so he's averaging 22 points on 45% shooting. That's what he's going to give you for the rest of his career. Now, the one thing I will dispute with you now and to anybody is he did not live up to the hype and disappoint. Drafted first overall, and those expectations are so low. What do you expect from a first overall pick? If you tell me I'm getting a guy who's going to give me 22 a night on 45% shooting, I'm probably going to take that. The
Yeah,
problem with Wiggins becomes it's just that extra gear. You know he's capable of more because he can give you 22 on 45% shooting in his bloody sleep. Like, he doesn't look like he's given any effort out there or trying. So if he kicked that and stepped it up, improve the ball handling a little bit to shoot off the dribble, attacking the basket with more ferocity. The problem with
yeah,
Wiggins is you see he's capable of more. So I guess unjustly or justly we punish him for that. For me, it's not that he didn't live up to the hype, man. And I think Karl Anthony Towns is just as big to blame for this stuff
Yeah.
in Minnesota. I just think the guy that I'd put at 2 fights more, and maybe right now I think I'd still say Wiggins is maybe a little bit better, but I think long term, the guy I have at number 2, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, is going to be way better.
Oh, you just had to say right away who you had number 2. All right, well, for me, at 2, I have Jamal Murray.
Hold on. Why don't we just let's just say who we have at 1 then, and debate why we have different guys at 1.
So at 1,
You have Shea Gilgeous at 1, which to me is
Shea, yeah.
mind-boggling.
You have
Jamal Murray.
How is that mind-boggling? Son of a bitch, bro. And the fact he says mind-boggling, bro. Listen, this guy was put, again, in a situation in OKC where people thought they wouldn't even make the playoffs, right? They lost Westbrook. They got
No. I thought they would be 6 to 8, man. I thought they're gonna be pretty close to what OKC was before. 6 to 8. 6 to 8 in the West isn't that good.
It is.
Here's what I said. If Russell Westbrook alone could get OKC to 6th, that Chris Paul with Shea, they could get him close. Yeah, but Chris Paul is not like Chris Paul sucks. And Shea, we saw what he did with the Clippers. We knew he was going to be good and in the starting lineup. So I thought, they could be in that 6 to 8 conversation. Is all I'm saying.
Would you not agree that when Chris Paul was released in the last year with Houston, when he was leaving Houston, he was falling off? This was not the same Chris Paul we were used to. Correct?
I don't know about falling off. Okay,
not
sure.
Falling,
maybe
but it's not the same Chris Paul.
I think that also had to do a lot with he was disgruntled in Houston. Him and James Harden hated each other, right?
He showed it.
Yeah.
But he also, when he came over to OKC, he had a guy in Shea who is just as motivated to win as he was. So maybe I think that's what rejuvenated him.
Yeah.
And the fact that Jamal Murray has a guy in Nikola Jokic who's such a who's the most dominant center to me. To me, he's above.
He's 1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Shea doesn't have that in OKC. He doesn't have a number 1 or 2 at their position.
Hold on. What do you mean? He has the best teacher possible, Chris Paul.
He's a teacher, but he doesn't have the best player at that position.
Okay, Chris Paul's pretty good. Chris Paul's still averaging, I think, just under 20
Jokic
points.
Is much better. Would you not agree?
Okay, it's debatable, man. Because Jokic is great offensively, but the guy can't run and can't move and is terrible on the defensive end of the ball.
Jokic is a center.
Yeah.
And a dominant center like that is freaking cream. Is a cherry on top of a cake for a point guard. And that's what Murray is.
Sure.
So,
okay.
I just feel like a lot of Murray's success, because his team has been second. They're second now, and they were first, I believe, last year.
Yep.
First, they're top 2. They've been staying top 2. I feel like a lot of that success, as much as it is from Jamal Murray, more of it comes from Jokic. And that's not the case in OKC.
I just want to ask you a couple questions. This has been Nikola Jokic's worst season in probably the last 4 seasons, right? Like this guy got off to the start. He got off to the first 2 months was like he didn't even look like the same player.
I know, yeah.
Right? It was utter horrendous. And then Denver's been ravaged by injuries. Paul Millsap's been out almost the whole season. I think the whole starting lineup was out at one point besides Jokic and Murray, and Jokic he wasn't doing much at that point. Jamal Murray, you can talk about the steps he's taken, but forget that because we're talking about currently right now. Their points per game, I think, is within 1 point difference, and their assists, I think, is within 1 assist difference as well. Let's see. Shea's at 4. What is he at? 4 or something?
Who? Shea?
Oh, he's at 3.3.
Yeah, but he plays the 2, not the 1.
Yeah, okay. I get that. And then Jamal Murray's at not in that high. Where is he at here? Assists. Oh, by the way, this website, absolutely terrible. Basketball Reference.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't even use that one.
Oh, my God. I'm like, why did I click it here? Anyways, he's at 4.8. So, to me, it's the reason why I didn't put a guy like Wiggins higher, that lack of drive. Jamal Murray goes out there, and you talk about with Ja Morant, a guy who wants to take his opponent's head off. That is Jamal Murray. This guy, Ja Morant goes for those dunks and doesn't complete them. Jamal Murray goes for those dunks and puts people on posters, and he's living in their nightmares the rest of their lives. And in the playoffs, we've seen him do it. I've seen him have success in the playoffs. Come up with 30-point games in the playoffs and come up huge and get them dubs. And you're going to say, oh, they lost to Portland. Well, you know what? Portland was just a damn better team last year, right? Haven't seen that out of Shea yet. Played in the playoffs last season. Didn't do much. Clippers were the 8th seed. He was coming off the bench. But I've seen Jamal Murray. What?
Can we look at who each team played? They played the Golden State freaking Warriors.
I'm not. I just said I'm not blaming Shea for that. If you listen to me, I just said,
No,
but they were
I'm
the
saying
8th seed and he was coming off the bench.
I'm saying mention playoff plays.
Okay, sure.
Between those two.
But no, yes, you can. No, what I'm saying is,
Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets struggled against the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. They went 7 games with them.
that is one of the best coached organizations in the world, and that was this Denver team's first time
Where
in
is
the
that team
playoffs.
today?
Yeah, they're out of the playoff contention, but
Not even
Addis,
close to it.
what team makes the playoffs their first time and has no trouble? That group, their first time in the playoffs. The damn Raptors didn't. No team ever, unless you have LeBron James, somebody like that. Well, your group, first time being in the playoffs, and it's a cakewalk. I'm gonna go sweep somebody.
I'm not saying it'd be a cakewalk, but they underperformed by going 7 games with the 8th
I don't know,
seed.
man. Underperform your first time in playoffs. That's tough to say. Underperforming, man.
Listen, if you're a fan in Denver,
You're talking like
and your
Maverick
team
Carter right now.
is going into the playoffs at number 1, and you guys just struggled to go 7 games with the 8th seed team, that's called underperforming to me.
But now a different discussion. They were in a real number 1 seed.
They were, though. At the end of the day, they finished the season number 1, so they were.
Golden State was hopping around on 1 foot the whole season.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay, like let's be real here. They didn't give a damn about last year's regular season.
But then, hey, give me this then. They play Clippers in the first round, Denver. Do they make it out of that series?
Yes.
They struggle with San Antonio. Clippers took 2 games from Golden State.
See, your seeing of struggle is different than me seeing the struggle. Me, that's just growing pains. Your first time in the playoffs, like the Raptors had against Brooklyn. Like
first time in the playoffs against Doc Rivers Clippers, who were hungry and took 2 games from Golden State.
They would have figured it out. I don't know how I can prove it to you because it's not possible.
Prove it, bro. Prove it.
But you look at what Jamal does, and he makes other guys better. Team loves him, and he is already a 3-level scorer. Shea is not very good shooting 3-pointers. I don't want Shea shooting 3-pointers.
Fair.
Right? Jamal is more versatile right now. The playmaking, I won't even go that route because Shea's playing the 2. But still, playmaking just within the court vision and seeing the game, Jamal sees it better. It's a close one. I'm not going to say you're a bozo or a loser for thinking that Shea's better than Jamal. But Jamal, to me, I'm taking him over Shea. He's number 1 on my Canadian Power rankings. Jamal Murray is going to be the reason why next year when Olympic qualifying resumes, he's going to be the reason why this team either gets over the hump or they don't for Team Canada.
Either way, those two top 2 Canadians is something to be excited about, especially for Team Canada.
Just to build on this Canadian basketball talk. So in that qualifying, we're going to be the same group as Greece. Now, the one good thing is our coach is still Nick Nurse. He says he's staying on. So he knows, if anybody knows how to stop the Greek freak, it's going to be Nick Nurse.
Yeah, he's figured it out. But does he have the tools to stop it, though? That's the question. Because he knows how to stop it, but the players also got to execute the plan.
You know who I'm putting on him? I'm putting, I think, Dwight Powell on him. Big body. Decent mobility. And Kelly Olynyk. No, for sure. But I'm saying you're going to crowd him with bodies, right? But that's going to be the first guy just to get in his grill. And then you do the – so I think we'll get out of that group. But so in the actual Olympics, where do you project
tough, bro.
Where do you project Team Canada going to the actual Olympics? I think they can be top 3, top 4, man. I think they can be on the podium.
Really? I don't know. It's tough for me to see how much a difference Giannis can really like. I've seen him play a little bit.
No. Hold on. If Canada is in the Olympics, Greece is not.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying
if they make it.
No, we're if we lose to Greece, there fold the Canadian Olympic men's basketball program.
Greece has the best player in the NBA today.
No, USA does. LeBron James. You just don't even get me going on this. All right, you know what I'm saying.
But yeah, if Canada makes it out and they are in the Olympics, they're top 3, 100%.
I would say obviously U.S., Spain's there. Argentina and Lithuania are sneaky type of countries. But I think if Canada gets it together, they can get past those countries and be in a podium position.
You're getting a lot older though too.
And the one thing to keep in mind, guys like RJ Barrett, they've already beaten America in international tournaments. It was the U18s. RJ Barrett led Team Canada past the States for the
Yeah,
first time ever. So
yeah,
I'm
but
just saying,
it wasn't
oh,
the States with LeBron James.
no, but I'm just saying that was the first Canadian victory over the States ever in basketball and men's competition. And they asked RJ Barrett when everybody committed to Team Canada for the qualifying tournament. He said, "Do you think you could take a team like the States?" He's like, "I've already beat the States, bro. Check me next time. We're getting." Like
I
they
like
have
the
the
attitude.
confidence. They have the confidence to go up. They're not going to be scared of these guys. They compete against them every day in the NBA, right? You know, other
Exactly.
countries they don't see these guys. They see them on TV and they're
That's
so
what I'm
high
saying.
on a
I think
mantle to them.
the teams with the most amount of NBA players are gonna have the best chance in the Olympics, just because playing against other NBA players they're so used to that like it ain't gonna be like a
It's not a
shock
shot.
factor.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
especially when you run someone like LeBron who's jumping over everyone.